roots of the grass, the movie, and the artwork of why grass and the ground roots of why it's soil of the fine roots that defines the meaning of where the earth grows from as a Mother Earth, and what creativeness can do. It takes water to water a plant that reproduces, to grow fine leaves as of what is reproduced of the growth of about 60 to 70% of why there are green earthly things to be rooted and grounded. This is a story about the green grass that can, at night. The story is about the Mohicans of the root and grounds that produces great cartoon pictures to animate why there is roots. It's nighttime, the night falls, the moisture of the plants are easily developed from the freshness of the soil and keeps the plants as grounded and rooted of good water and good moisture. Once upon a time, late at night, as the moon and the stars shining so bright, the animation of, poetically, of why there is a story called the Mohicans. Mohicans are the sort of Indian native characteristics. The average plant and soil that gets water of the day or the month or throughout the years, as the water should be planted every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. This is a production made by Janell Nicole Courtney. This is a first video that will entertain most kids to learn educational things of why there's fine art, fine graphics, and how it can be adventurous throughout the night. Most typical history of today are most talking of an educational way that's done in potentially that's done in class. But when most outdoor things are of nature, nature brings fine, beautiful things inside and outside. This illustration brings artwork and green earthly things. This is a production of a first video that is mainly done as a creative within honesty product brought to to reproduce on the average, based on the average of why earthly things are good even in the day and night. Educational wise, it brings a good story to why there is these earthly things. Most graphic characteristics also brings good art that defines the art of creativity. And when there's creativity, you have a good talent and you have an actual movie. Reproduction of fine art gradually also brings a good element of a movie, and creatively driven for fine black art. The title of this story is Reproduction of what fine art can define of the creative way of the world's history, putting into a characteristic of a movie, motion picture. And nice illustrated art. As the soil is grass, the moisture of the soil is brown. Most planted plants are reproduced starting with a seed and fine dirt about 5 inches to a length, or 3 inches away of a length, that's seeded with roots. And seeds. But creatively, typically, a fine way to create art and a good illustrated picture. Creativity is made by Janell Nicole Courtney. I bring life to the nature of bringing art. Most ground-rooted arts come with soil from the roots of its nature called, and reproduce the finer things what art can really do. Earthly things can bring a lot of attention to why there's growth and an educational way of fine art. Even when art is put into talent, the productive way of talent is to ground from the roots of its history, of even if it's black history, even if it's an ethic of reality of internationally, ethnics of the ground and roots. Based on its color, sticking to nature, nature calls when it produces fine art. This story is brought to you by Janell Nicole Courtney, illustrated by Janell Nicole Courtney, and edited by Janell Nicole Courtney, and written and talked about by Janell Nicole Courtney. Environmental earthly things is to be cleaned on a daily basis, and it also brings a little bit of fun. Make sure you water a plant on an average of base of a week, 2 weeks, so it can reproduce ground earthy things, and also even trees too. Nature is good. Nature is educational. When the sun shines, it allows the sun to grow the roots from the ground to reproduce good, healthy grass. Night and day. Creatively, fine art is where it's at. Creatively, it brings night and day and night, and an illustration of good characteristics of a movie. Short story movie, that's what it is. And it also just brings out the fine, good characteristics of why there's fine art. Educational wise, theoretical wise. Kids will like. You can learn something from planting, producing good, fine art from even nature. When there's green, fine leaves, tall trees. That's the conclusion of this fine art. I hope you liked it. And this will be on YouTube for this in particular short story, as this being an actual video. Make sure you check me out on genius.com and the art gallery, and make sure you check out my music on. I'm a composer and a music writer, lyrics of rap songs and graphic arts. I'm also a San Diego talent, writer, singer, composer, and I do love art. So till then, have a nice day, have a nice night, and I hope you enjoy this wonderful fine art of the ground, the green grass of its roots.